As a kid, I played with trains. Do you know what I mean? And
Sure.
the Q played with trains. We always wanted to just throw a train off a cliff or, blow it up.
The train sequence, I guess,
Yeah.
is if we can speak a little bit about that.
Sure, please.
One of probably the wildest set pieces in any Mission Impossible movie. It just from start to finish, so much happens. All the characters converge together at once.
That's McHugh. McHugh designed that whole thing, and we had to build the train for that. We built the train, and I learned more about trains and tracks and how wide the tracks should be, the weight, the speed, how fast can we go, how to find the rail tracks to go. As a kid, I played with trains. Do you know what I mean? And
Sure.
McHugh played with trains. We always wanted to just throw a train off a cliff or, blow it up. So to be able to have that opportunity to do that, and his design of those things, and you see the character progression throughout, it was quite spectacular. We're there in Norway shooting this train. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, how lucky are we to be here to be able to do this?
Mm-hmm.
With Eastside Morales, doing very sophisticated fights as the train is rocking back
Mm-hmm.
and forth at, 50, 60 miles an hour. And the cars at the end, the stuff that we went through.
I love the way that each car felt like a different
Environment.
obstacle that you had to deal with.
And the amount of planning to be able to build those carriages, the color schemes, when you look at, you have Vanessa and how the champagne, we're also thinking about story and the progression of that story and where to end that story.
Mm-hmm.
So that even the colors inside that cart, where it ends, was very studied, and it was very specific where it was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
where Palm, Haley, and the characters and how it ends up in that particular moment. And Haley had never done stunts like this before, ever. And when you see that car go vertical, we're sprinting up. And I don't know if you've ever sprinted up a train car when it's going down like that.
No.
Well, let me tell you, if that happens to you, and hopefully it never will, but you're sprinting up and it's going vertical. We had to dive at the end. And if you see that shot, that's practical action. We are diving for those bars together. You see it, and we both reach that bar just at the last second. If we don't, it would have been not pleasant. It's just not pleasant.
So you mentioned stunts. Obviously, your stunts are a major theme throughout the Mission Impossible franchise. There's the motorcycle jump earlier in that movie as well. What are your top 3 stunts that you've done in Mission Impossible?
Gosh. I don't know. I'm going to leave that to everyone else to say. I don't know what other people think. Technically, there's just very difficult things with each one.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's flying aerobatics in the helicopter, the A400, is just building and engineering that camera, and we just take everything to the next level. It's like when I did the first Top Gun to American Made to Fallout, then to Top Gun Maverick. We're building technology and we're building knowledge on how to better shoot these things and immerse an audience in the story. So in this one we have, always with motorcycles, even the jumps that I have, and the big jump is dangerous, obviously, very, very dangerous. But even the little jumps, because there's no pads, there's nothing, and I'm going high speed and very difficult terrain. And what people don't see also is the other equipment that's following me. And I'm lining up shots while I have cars next to me. Even when I'm driving the cars one-handed, with Haley.
Yep.
I've got, normally there's just cameras everywhere. I can't see in front of me, So Haley got in the car. She's like, "What?" I said, "I know. Don't worry. I know how to do this. Please, trust me. It's going to be okay." But it was wild. It was a wild ride. They're wild, and it's really fun. They're a lot of fun to do, but really, it's at the bottom of that is always story, always character.
Mm-hmm.
How do we invest the audience where you're not just watching something, but you're invested in it? And what can we do with our story structure, our character development, and then obviously sound and music that invest the audience into that journey.
So you mentioned always taking things to the next level. How do you keep finding fresh ways to make the Mission Impossible story not feel repetitive and really do take it to the next level and just reinvent it?
Thank you. We're trying to do that, and it's something that it's always being true to what really what the geography is telling us,
Mm-hmm.
what the actors are. When you have Haley Atwell come in the movie,
Right.
that allows a different kind of storytelling. Her as an artist and the things that we admire about her, we've wanted to work with her for years, and it allows a certain way that we can go and tell the story, and it invites a different kind of storytelling.
Sure.
And Palm Clementif, to be able to bring back Henry, the cast that we have with Shay and Tarzan, each one of them bring something that is inspiring. So we're not sitting down going, it has to be this way. We're looking at what is the progression of Vanessa's character, what is the progression of the story, and we're finding out what interests us as audience, first and foremost, and what kind of skills what stuff do we learn in the last one that we're going to apply in this one, and it just evolves in that way. We're not ever saying we've done this before, we've done that before. We're just looking at it going, okay, what is this telling us? Where is it? When with the handcuff and drifting, with the doors coming off the car,
right? And
it follows in a way that it just happens. It's just, you see it, what's right in front of me. And McHugh has a tremendous ability to be able to do that. And he has a tremendous ability to be able to write for actors. And we're looking at the stuff that we admire about them, is their craft, their movement, and we develop story and motion around that. Movies, the way that I learned how to make movies, and I study movies, that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just have a script and then cast an actor in that script. They built it for the actor.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned how to make movies.
And you're synonymous with Ethan Hunt now.
Yep. But it's also like, if you look at my films back at Taps,
sure,
I was allowed to build that character. And that director, Harold Becker, saw that character that I was building, and he gave it life. He was like, I like that, I like this, keep going with that, I like this, I like that. And that's just how I instinctually learned how to make movies. And constantly, you have a script without a doubt. It's not like we're making stuff up, or you make stuff up. You have a script, you have stuff, but if it's not working, we're not trying to jam it. We're going, let's shift. How fast can we shift? That's what we're trying to do.